Alright guys, so I had a new subscriber ask some good questions last night, and I figured I'd come out and answer them since I'm not the typing type. Let me turn some lights on here. So how y'all doing this morning? And it's raining here, nice rainy day again. So not a good day for painting today. So we'll finish up on this metal work. All right, somebody wanted to know why I don't use cutoff wheels. And I prefer these wheels. I like the DeWalt wheels, and I like to use the router speed control to turn it down so it doesn't spin so fast. I had a shop and I had somebody doing this exact same job right here, and they used to love the cutoff wheels all the time, and I have them right here. And you know, usually I like to use a Norton cutoff wheel or a 3M. This one's from Lowe's, so I don't really trust it. Anyway, the guy that was working for me had one of these come apart, hit him in the face, and cut through his, bottom lip and knocked his teeth out. I haven't really been a fan of those ever since that. So these are the cutoff wheels I use. Why is the guard off the grinder? Well, if you do this long enough, you find out that the guard's in the way. If you're just doing a little home hobby and you're, grinding some metal or whatever, that's fine. You can leave that guard on, but the guard's the first thing that comes off if you do a lot of cutting. And the handle's in the way also. So, you got to learn to hold on to your tools. I've never had that one get away from me yet. So that's why the guard's off, that's why the handle's off, and that's why I don't use cutoff wheels. Let me see what else. Oh, goggles. I prefer clear goggles, because when I had my head injury, I lost a lot of my eyesight, and I can't see through tinted goggles. I have a welding shield here that I use for if I'm going to do a continuous weld on heavy sheet metal, I can use that. As far as welder flash, God gave us these. They're called eyelids, and you close your eyes, right before you weld. And I've been doing it for a long time. I burnt my eyes one time in 35 years, and that was doing mechanical work. I had a 85 C28, and I built an exhaust system for it. Any of you guys that have those cars know that the exhaust layout's just terrible. And I was under the car on a lift for about 15 hours and burnt the crap out of my eyes. And I'm well aware of welder flash and what can happen from it. So I'm closing my eyes. I'm not watching the pretty blue light. And point, click, close your eyes. Point, click, close your eyes. And that's just something that you, when you do a lot of sheet metal work, you get used to doing it that way. The helmet can become cumbersome in a tight area, and also, it can make it hard to see when you're welding thin sheet metal like that. So I hope that answered that question. And then the other question was, why am I working on my back? Well, I'm poor. I don't have a lift, and I got to do what I got to do to feed my family. So if I got to lay on my back, I got to lay on my back. The gloves. The gloves is the next thing, guys. I've told you guys 100 times, I have no feeling in my hands. My right arm has no feeling at all in it. I have two fingers that work on my hand. My left hand has no sensation in it. I have carpal tunnel, and both arms. And when I put gloves on, it becomes an accident waiting to happen. I lose the feel for the tool, and perhaps that's why you can't hold on to the grinder without the handle on there. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, and my hands are probably like leather, better than a pair of gloves. And I did manage to cut this finger halfway off with a pair of gloves on at Toyota, right through the joint there. I was doing a floor, and the glove got caught between the floor and the rocker panel, and sliced the tip of my finger off there. And I super glued that back on. and it seems to be doing pretty good, other than the loss of feeling in the fingertip. But so that's how it is, guys. And I can tell you, if you're new to the game and you're just getting into the body work thing, that there's going to be injuries, man. It's like playing football. You know you're going to take a hit, and it's just part of the game, guys. And when you do this, you're going to cut yourself. The grinding wheel is going to touch your finger. You're going to burn yourself with slag. You're going to get shocked by the welder. You know, there's just, you know, all kinds of shit's going to happen when you're a body man. You're just exposed to it all the time. And then when you paint, you expose yourself to all the chemicals. So it's not a real safe occupation. There are safer jobs out there. And a lot of you guys know that I'm dyslexic, and that's why that I choose body work. I was introduced to it in high school. Once you get to high school, through grade school and middle school, and they quit passing you through, you actually got to do some work. They realized that, you know, there was a learning disability, and fortunately for me, you know, they had VOTEC schools were just starting, and I took an auto body class. I actually took an auto mechanics class for the first 2 years, and then I took 3 years of auto body and 1 year of trade school auto body after that. So, you know, it's been a long road, and it's been a few band-aids throughout the years, but all in all, it's been pretty good to me. So that's why I lay on my back and do this stuff. And there's a lot of guys on YouTube that lay on their back. There's no shame in not having a lift. But that's just how it is, you know. I don't have a lift. This is what I got. These are the tools I have to use, and that's what I got to work with, guys, you know. And I have a lot more than a lot of people do. So, you know, I try to do the best I can with what I got. And you guys, you know, as far as the safety equipment, you know, don't use me for an influence as far as, you know, what I do. So that's why I don't wear the gloves and all that good stuff. I have tried to safety up on the paint stuff, and you know, and you know, I'm not saying that any one person is indestructible, but after you've been through the shit that I've been through, you know, a little grinding slag and a welder without a guard on it really doesn't scare me anymore. You know, I think if God was going to let that grinder get me and, you know, do bad things to me, he had his chance already. So he's got a special plan for me, and I think I'm going to be here right to the bitter end. And that's just the way it is, man, you know. So I hope I answered all your questions on why. And yep, so I was using a cutoff wheel. It was just a little different style than you're used to. It's not on the air. I like to use electric tools just because it doesn't kill my air compressor, and they seem to be more precise to me. And the electric grinder always grinds faster when you do a hard weld like that. You know, I like to switch to the hard grinding pad and then go to the soft one to you know, to smooth it out. What's up, kitty cat? Huh? Meow, meow, meow. But anyway, that's it. I do appreciate you leaving the comment. Better than a thumbs down. It gives me a chance to come in here and explain all the little different things to you. And hopefully you keep watching and you subscribe. And I went over and subscribed to your page. And, you know, so hopefully that answers some of the questions. And man, today I hope to be moving in the right direction here. We got a little more grinding over there, and then we'll be fitting these heater channels. I think what I'm going to do is bolt them to the chassis and then set the car onto the chassis, onto the heater channels. And once I get everything positioned, I'll tack weld everything, pull the body back off, fully weld them, and we should be ready to go. So that's where we're at on this. And then a little more cleanup for the clip. Got a little more grinding to do. Got to cut this piece off here, and I think this side's pretty much ready. And yeah, I got one strip to cut out of here, and we'll be ready to go to town. And we'll put that clip up on here and see where we're at. And somebody asked about Clecos. And Tom asked me about these. Tom will go get you a set of these at Harbor Freight when you come here, because these are just the cat's meow for doing sheet metal work. So basically, you just I need to get some new ones because mine got all rusty. You drill your hole, and this is the Cleco here, and it works a lot like a pop rivet. What it does is it's got a swollen tip there. When you compress this pin, it pushes that tip out, and one's longer than the other, so it lets it slip into the hole, and then this holds the sheet metal tight like a pop rivet until you take it back off again. So let me see if I can get one in this gun one-handed here. This is very tricky. Usually you have both hands when you set this up. So they basically go like that, and the thing, and you'll see the pins come out there, and you slide that in the hole, and it locks the panel in place. And we used to use these a lot before they became popular for body work. They were predominantly aircraft use. And we use them a lot for fabricating the aluminum interiors in race cars. Is what we started using them for, and then I adapted them over to body work. Well, I didn't, but you know, I saw people using them for that, and I was like, man, that's a good idea. So a sheet metal screw works good also. You know, Rich showed us that. I like to do that too. If I'm doing a quarter, I'll sheet metal screw it on, or you can Cleco it. The Clecos just look more impressive, and you know, you don't have a screw there. It's just a Cleco, but that's what they are. And basically they were developed for, you know, skinning planes. And you know, like when we do the back tubs, wheel tubs and all that, we use those to put the interiors together before we final pop rivet everything. So all right, let me go upload this, start the day off, get the kids off school, and I don't know if we're gonna go do that single stage job today or not. I'll have to see what the weather looks like when the sun comes up. It's still early, so yep. So if not, we have plenty to do here, and so that's where we're at. And hopefully that answered some questions, and I wasn't too much of a smart ass. And pretty kitty. You can't be good on the clear coat. You're a good advertisement though, huh? Not even a cat can scratch it. All right, guys.